Hey everybody, welcome back to Woodland Road Fun Fair, Series 2. In this series I'll be detailing the flat rides, and at the end of the series I will do another bonus video that shows the detailing of the coaster, which obviously took a lot longer than detailing a flat ride. We've closed the park for renovations, or more accurately I've reloaded a save file from between episode 5 and 6 of the last series. So the trees, bins, lamps and extra pathing that I put in episode 6 are gone, and instead I'm detailing all the flat rides, and then I'll add those sorts of decorations again and reopen at the end of the series. I think it'll take the entire series of 7 episodes to detail all the flat rides, and I'm starting with the Bump and Derby, and my concept here is that the queue is going to be like a racetrack. So we got a bunch of go-kart parts in a recent update, so I'm going to use those to decorate the queue. So as you can see, I'm putting down tyre barriers and road signs and so on to decorate this queue. I want most of the rides in this series to have an express path, fast pass. I just want to see how that behaves when we've got an information kiosk and nearly all the flat rides have an express lane, just to see what the guest behaviour is like. I've used them, but I haven't used them extensively, and I haven't tested the way the guests behave when you've got a lot of them. So I'll see what that turns out like towards the end of the series. These these signs are quite neat, these road signs, because you can colour the background of the sign and the border and the text, and that gives you quite a bit of variety as to what you can do with the signs, like having the green road signs, or you could have the orange warning type signs, or yellow and black direction signs. So that's pretty cool. When I start these builds, I mess around with the ride first, usually get the settings of the ride the way I want them, see if I want to fiddle with the sequences to get the EFNs to better or different, and then I go on a parts hunt. So I just scroll through all the different menus looking for any parts that inspire me with regard to the theme that I've chosen. So in this case I dumped a whole lot of parts down just generically for all the different types of rides, and then when I started on the racetrack I did another parts hunt and dumped down a whole pile of parts relevant to that. So similarly here, my first idea was to have a bit of a water fountain backdrop on the Whirly, and then again a parts dump. And this one time it's pirate themed, and of course we have lots of pirate pieces in the game. I chose these two to start with because they are sets of pieces that I'm reasonably familiar with, so I knew I could do them fairly quickly and see if I could get the picture in my head to manifest as queue theming quite quickly. I think this was about, I think it was 4-ish hours to get both of these done. It might have been 5. So each queue is going to be separated by some kind of a themed wall, and then so the queue itself is like a room that's separate from the other queues, and I can contain the theming within it. Maybe try and put some kind of boundary theming between the two different types of theme. So like for example, the next ride will be the Collider, so I'll have wood on the pirate side and metal on the Collider side, because I'll be doing a science fiction theme for that. So this pirate one, I had quite a vivid idea in my head of what I wanted that to look like, much as I did with the racetrack. Basically a sort of a desert island theme, I guess. Just a sandy with a whole lot of pirate storage and goods, and themed lighting, and then the pirates interacting with the guests as they use the queue. And I have sort of 2 thoughts in mind when I'm doing that. I try to imagine that the target audience, so in this case it's the little kids, so I don't know, maybe I suppose 5, 6, 7, 8 year olds wandering along the queue, and they need things that they will notice and go, oh, look at that, like it's fascinating to a little kid. but then you want kind of the inside joke bits for the adults as well. So for example, I had the pirate sitting on a barrel. I'm not sure if I've done that yet in the video or if it's still to come. It might be just coming up in a minute. And I decided to change that to the pirate sitting on boxes of dynamite, so that from the point of view of the kids, there's a pirate that's sitting there. Haha, that's funny. Oh, here he is, sitting on his barrel. And whereas the adults come along and go, you know, that silly plonker's sitting on a bunch of dynamite and he's right next to a fire. So those sort of things, you know, something like that occurs to me, whereas an adult in the queue, I would see that and notice it and think, haha, I see what you did there. Whereas the kids would find different things interesting. So as I build up the queue, I'm looking around at all the parts, trying to include some sort of gag or a bit of whimsy to try and make it entertaining. Like so for here, I had the kiddie focus sign and a more adult type sign. And I think in the end I moved the kiddie one back one. So again, the adult sees the sign, can read that, but the kiddie sees the picture and likes that. The adult might like the big statue of the pirate, but the kiddies might notice the parrot way up on the barrels. So I was just checking the night scene. I often forget to do that and have to come back and clean it up later. But in this case, I did check the night scene and quite like the lighting of it. So yeah, that's it. That's the pirate ride completely decorated. It ended up looking pretty close to what I was imagining. And next time I'm going to have a go at the collider. So that'll be an airlock and just a walkthrough. And that's the bumper derby. So that's it for this video. See you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.